What's going on, peoples? Yeah, let me put a couple groups out there. Make sure I get this work out there for everybody. Come enjoy it. TGI Friday, you already know what it is. You got championship college football, NBA. You got more college football tomorrow, NFL on Sunday. You already know what it is, man. Give me a minute. Let me just tap, a couple of joints up. And I'm going to be right to y'all, man. 1 minute, guys. Yeah, what's going on, man? Al York Sports, TGI Friday. Another show. Got MG Raider in the building. And got my special guest, my man Goose. I'll post the big Get Up with Goose, man. Brian Breezy in the building. One of the most loyal fans I got. God bless you, OG. Appreciate your energy, man. Every time in and out, I appreciate your energy, dog. That's why I come at you the way I do, dog. Yes, sir. TGI Friday, man. Everybody enjoy their weekend. We got a lot of sports. All I'm saying, the Oregon Ducks better get their shit together because they're about to get run out of that fucking Allegiant Field. Washington up 10-0 in the second quarter. They better get their shit together, man. Salute the wifey in the building. I love you, ma. Yes, man. Steve Levine in the building. What's going on, big dog? Yeah, this is the shout-out moment. Let me make it clear, guys. When I got the bet, I'm not betting up no baseball, and I'm not betting up no bones. I'm batting up subjects. Let me make that clear. I don't want nobody to think I'm capping on my show. I'm not fronting. This is to bat up subjects. Not people, not baseballs, subjects. Yeah, let me make that clear. I got to make that clear. Damn, look at Liberty. Liberty no joke, man. Liberty be scoring super duper quick, man. God damn, they just got the ball and scored. Yeah, man, so let me start getting ready to do the show. Got MG Raider on deck. Then I got to bring my man Goose in. So now that the show started, because I'm going to need all the time I can get because these guys can talk like I can, let me go to the message of the day. Then we're going to start this beautiful show, guys. Salute to everybody tuning in. God bless you all, man. Message of the day. Guys, stop telling people what they want to hear. For example, if your man came to you and said, yo, Pablo, Ricardo the building, what's up? Yo, Pablo, is it possible you can loan me $100 next week? I might need $100. Don't tell him yes if you don't mean it. Because you're capping. Tell a nigga straight out, yo, dog, I'm on a budget like you are. I'm hurting like you are. Now, if you could come through, shout out to Miss Dina, well appreciated. Yeah, like I said, stop telling people what they want to hear. If a guy asks you for a loan, say, can you give it to him next week to pay his bills? Don't tell him yes, because you tell him yes, you open up the window that if you don't deliver, that he going to be cursing you out, talking to other people about you. Not that it's right, but stop telling people what they want to hear. Let me give you another example. You got a job, a guy say, yo, is it possible you can hook me up? If you ain't got no power in the job, just tell him the fucking truth. Listen, I talked to my boss for you, but I don't know if I can't get you in. Don't have a dude thinking you can get him in, because he's going to hold you up to your word, bro. So basically, stop telling people what they want to hear. MG Raider in the building, I'll see you. MG Raider, give me a few minutes. Yeah, the hell, give me a minute. We're going to start this. Yeah, here we go. Al York Sports. Y'all already know what it is. The raw truth. Every Friday, giving y'all music, man. Every Friday, I'ma touch y'all up, man. No capping, though. I gotta do my shit legitimate, man. Can't be no capping, man. You know what I mean? No drinking and driving. I always tell you that. And I got my man on Goose on board. He definitely ain't trying to hear that. No drinking and driving, man. Stupidest shit you could do ever. Besides just straight up domestic and murdering somebody. You feel me? Al York Sports, another show. Mark Guillory in the building. Let me get through a few things and I'm going to get you in, big dog. I'm trying to get this energy up. A little slow. I'm under the weather, but no excuses. I'm going to keep riding. All right, we're going to start off. YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. Nueva York. Shout out to my man Sam, the man for Men Studios. Cycle Breakers, my man John Figueroa. Mech One Beats. Mech One got the butters. And open sessions and giveaways. And I keep telling y'all, the more the merrier. Great job in selling me out this week. Y'all sold me out on Monday. I appreciate that. Let me go to my man Price Tag Entertainment. Big New Year's Eve party. Y'all want to attend it if y'all in Vegas. You got Young MC, Tone Loc, Kid and Play, and Blackstreet. All old school cats that can still turn it up. It's going to be at Fremont Experience in Las Vegas. Come and join the fun, people. You come in at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and it's going to be rocking New Year's Eve, and y'all already know what it is. Fremont Experience, and enjoy the experience. Let me go to news real quick. Now we're going to start the show. Now, I was one of the big guys on Yankees got to make a move on getting Juan Soto, right? But I just got some information that Douglas Bailey in the building. What up, baby? That Juan Soto's not re-signing. He wants to test the market. So if you want to test the market, you being the Yankees, you can't give him all these prospects as a rental. It's got to be a sign and trade. If we trade for Juan Soto, he's got to sign the dotted line for maybe an additional 3-4 years, an extension. Then we'll make the trade, because we're not going to give up all these prospects to have them for 1 year, because then we lose out at the end on that. So only if it's a sign and trade, I want Juan Soto. I want him bad, but I don't want him that bad. I don't want him as a rental. I want him as a keeper. And if he can't be a keeper for like 4 years, then fuck him. Go get Cody Bellinger. Other news. New York Mets did us a big favor. They took away our headache. Oh, baby. They signed pitcher Luis Severino to a 1-year, $13 million contract. Severino's only 29 years old. Always injured. He was getting roped. He never took it to another level. He never transcended as a Yankee. All he did was he pitched good in the beginning, had us thinking that he can elevate, but he never elevated. Ephraim, I see you, baby. So my thing is, thank you for the New York Mets for taking care of our headache, because I was tired of seeing Luis Severino steal money from the New York Yankees. Other news. Raiders wasting no time releasing Marcus Peters. I seen a video of multiple plays that Marcus Peters took off. That's not a good look. Suge Knight in the building, I see you. Marcus Peters is a veteran that gets a lot of interceptions, but even he knows that you can't fake tackles. You can't fake like you ain't want to chase somebody. Pierce ain't no joke. If Pierce didn't show you he was no joke when he shut down Jimmy G, then I don't know what movie you was watching. He immediately released Marcus Peters. He did some bonehead shit against KC. A receiver beat him. He stopped running after him. You don't do that. You don't win like that. And Pierce got him the fuck out of there. Pierce got him the fuck out of there, which was Peters. Other news. Carolina Panthers wasted no time in firing Frank Reich after a 1-10 start. 0-6 on the road. I like Frank Reich, but this wasn't the right situation for him. To me, he's a coach. You bring him in as the team is improving, not to build from the bottom. And I knew this wasn't going to work for him. I like the Indy situation for him. That's why he kind of prospered in Indy. As far as winning record and all that, he didn't win no chip. Got to the playoffs, but he didn't really make no noise. But he made them a step better. But I knew he wasn't going to take Carolina from the bottom, because he's not that kind of coach. He needs to be on a team that's up and coming, that's improving. So hopefully he'll get work somewhere else. Panthers let him go. Other news. Cincinnati Reds acquired pitcher Nick Martinez, who's a starter, a middle relief for the Padres. Real good pitcher to have. Could do multiple stuff. Can even close for you. 33 years old, like I said. Middle relief, starter or closer. He was 6-4 last year with a 3.43. Nick Martinez is a professional. Other news. Arizona Cardinals released Zach Ertz. Trey McBride been balling out. Ertz been hurt. He's back. He's ready to play. But the rookie McBride is balling. Arizona's not going to go back to Ertz. So they release Ertz. And right now what's got to happen is, Omar, I see you, baby. My sister Annie, I see you. Ertz is a great pickup for a lot of veteran teams that are looking to improve their situation. Zach Ertz can ball out. If you can get Ertz now, you want to get him now so he can be playoff eligible, and Ertz can help out. He played with the Eagles, dominated with the Eagles. And you know who can use Zach Ertz? If I'm the Baltimore Ravens, I'll call him up ASAP to replace Andrews, at least for this year. There you go. If you Baltimore, Harbaugh and company, go get Zach Ertz. All right, man, I'm ready for you, Mark. I just have to get that shenanigan out there. Now let's talk, baby. Let me get my man MG Raider in the building. The building is packed like I love it. And let's just keep working, man. Let's keep working. Let me look over here. Last I looked, Oregon was losing 10-0. It could be 10-3. It could be 10-7. I don't know. All right, hold on. Let me try to get my man up in here. See if this will work. Okay, he's learning. It's starting to progress. See if I get my dog up in here. Let me get the plugs ready just in case.
What's up,
my
Al?
brother? Oh, I ain't
Happy Friday.
I don't even need these.
It's
Oh,
all
let's
good.
go, baby.
It's all good. Let's do
Mark
it.
Guillory in the building. Before we start, I want to know you highly appreciate it, good brother.
Absolutely, and likewise.
Okay, appreciate that, brother. Okay, let's start immediately to the NBA. I want to hear your take on the in-tournament games. Enlighten me, because I'm still fucked up over this rule, dog. So enlighten me about it and talk to me.
Well, in my opinion, it's all about this money. It's just something to get people going through the holidays. The matchups have been pretty nice games. Of course, my team just got eliminated on Tuesday, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I'm also like with everybody else. It doesn't really make much sense other than to centralize the games, make some money off of it, do something different with marketing, and get some more sponsorship. So I think that's what this is all about, because they're actually regular season games. They count as regular season games.
Facts.
I know I'm tired of playing the Kings as a Warrior fan. I mean, we've done played them like I think 4 times already. So I think that's it for the season. But again, it's NBA. NBA is trying to make that money and keep the marketing department on the positive note instead of some of this negative stuff that's happening with these individual NBA players.
Okay, one thing I could say that it brings more interest to the game. A lot of us know NBA season, 81 games, it can be very long. Remember, we had all them teams taking teams off. Jeffrey Ford, the builder, Stephen Islam, appreciate you guys. So I think it brings that we tend sometimes, especially me, when I see like LeBron ain't playing back-to-back, AD ain't playing back-to-back, that really turns me off, dog. Me being a fan of the game and loving the NBA and knowing what Michael and Larry Bird and all these guys did for pennies, who played hurt and played every day as much minutes as possible. Now, I know it's a different era. I get it. But this right here makes these guys play, like you said. There's an incentive behind this. There's a bag, $500,000 for the winner. Oh, I'm on the building. I see you. So that's why I like it. But where I don't like it, it kind of reminds me of college-style basketball. So you're taking the page out of college. So close it up real quick, then we go to our next topic, because I got a lot of things I want to cover with you, Mark.
Yeah, and they are competing with college. They're competing with the Maui Classic, the Battle of Atlantis, and some of the beginning season tournament games. And we'll see how the numbers work out. But I'd much rather watch college at this point than the NBA. Historically.
All right, let's move on, Mark. Let's go to your team. You know, the dynasty, it's fair to say that they're a dynasty. The Golden State Warriors, they're in 4th place in the Pacific, 10th place in the conference. But it's early, Mark. 9-10. I remember having this conversation with you last year, and I'm going to bring it back to you this year. Are you guys going to become sellers or buyers? It can't be in the middle. It's got to be either or, because as it is right now, you're not winning. With that team right there, y'all could probably win games, make the playoffs, but when I say winning, I mean winning chips. So you being a big Raider, Golden State, Saints fan, what do you want to do? Like, you as a real good, fan, go to the games kind of guy, what do Mark want to do? What you wish can happen for the Golden State Warriors?
Well, we have to go back to the KD and Klay Thompson injuries a few years ago, right before the pandemic, and what the Warriors did from that moment on when we had two poor seasons, especially with Curry out as well, and we were able to draft James Wiseman as a second pick. I think that's where the dynasty and Bob Myers made their mistake. He's no longer the GM anymore, but he made a huge mistake drafting Wiseman, and it's having its effect on our dynasty projection right now because it was a wasted pick. And you see like what Tyrese Halliburton is doing in the play-in tournament right now. He was available.
I wanted
he was available. And he would have fit in with the Warriors' style of play. James Wiseman is an inside-out guy. He's not a motion offense guy. So we had no business picking him with the style of play that we have. And now we have a problem because we don't have a big man. And unless all the Pistons are, not Detroit, but all the Pistons and the cylinders are working for the Warriors as a smaller team, if they're not shooting, then it's not going to work. And you're right, we're not going to win a championship. I mean, when you have Klay Thompson shooting a season high 35% when he's a 41% 3-point shooter for his career, and then he's shooting 3 less threes per game, that's very problematic. And if Klay is not hitting the threes, and like the other day he shot 33%, he shot 3 for 9 in the elimination game when they got beat by the Kings by 1 point. He shot 3 for 9. Right? That's
that game and lost.
Right. That's unacceptable. So if Klay's not hitting, then what is he doing there? So. But with the Warriors, you have to keep in mind, too, that we won a championship with the same squad a year and a half ago. And in that season, none of the players played together until the playoffs. And that's when it started to click in the second round, not even in the first round of those games. And every game was frustrating for the Warriors. So, and we won a chip in 21-22. So in 2022.
You got 3 marquee players that regress, even Allen Wiggins. Draymond ain't Draymond, like you said. Klay ain't Klay. I like the way Moody's progressing. Kuminga's showing me a little bit. I mean, you was big on Kuminga. You said he would do well. And Steph's always going to be Steph. I mean, you got to love Steph for being Steph. But – and even that rookie you got a rookie out there that's balling, man. I love that. He's like an Energizer bunny for you guys. But it's just not enough. So my question to you, you didn't answer it. You gave me everything else but answer it. Are you sellers or you buyers when it comes to trade deadline? I think from now, but you might want to start working on it now.
We have to add value and add some length, and that's something that either has to happen now or we go down with the ship this year and grab somebody in the offseason. But if the Warriors want to win now, they have to consider Wiggins or Klay. And Klay is in a contract year this year. Unfortunately, he's not playing good enough for someone like Zach LaVine kind of value. We'd have to probably do some kind of 3-way creative trade or something like that. But and Wiggins is not playing well either.
Yeah, you can add draft pick. You can add maybe Moody or Kuminga to bring back another solid force. Klay. One more piece. Maybe even a draft if it takes that. But you got to get another force, babe.
I'm not a big Kuminga fan. He has no assists. He just comes in and he's he has his blinders on and he goes straight to the rack. He doesn't play defense. He'll actually cherry pick.
That's making more for you to want to get rid of him then.
Oh, I've been wanting to get rid of Kuminga since we drafted Kuminga. So I mean, it's at some point a project athlete is not a project athlete anymore. He is who he's going to be. And for the Warriors, which our prowess in our championships were won through defense and shooting and taking good shots. We're just not taking good shots. The turnovers are just out of control. We had 24 turnovers on Tuesday and gave up a double-digit lead because of turnovers. Hell, Draymond Green had 2 turnovers in the last minute of the Tuesday game against the Kings that they lost. So Some changes have to be made for the Warriors, and the value is whatever is remaining in Clay's career, and then Wiggins. I don't know where his head is at. If he's on medication because of his mentals, that medication affects his play, and maybe he can't survive without it. So it is what it is. He reminds me of some of the other players that have had mental issues and they're on medication, like Kendall Gill and
right. But so
Kendall
so for we don't keep going and going, you're selling
and buying, right? And buying. I think that we got to pick up. I want to get somebody from Europe.
Buying would mean that you're willing to give to get something good back. Selling would be where you're looking for draft picks, etc.
I don't think we have time for draft picks because we don't have time to develop talent. We need talent now. Steph Curry's contract ends in 2027,
okay,
so
fine then.
we need. Yeah, we only have 2 more years, and then we're dealing with Clay's extension now. He's not getting maxed out. He's not getting super max. So it's a negotiation. I'm not sure if that's what he has in his head, but he appears to be spending more time on his boat than in the gym. So something is affecting him where he's not shooting very well this year. And this is 2 years outside of his injury. So this you would expect this year, and all the shit he was talking over the summer about going to put in work and this is going to be a great season. It's just not happening. So whatever it is, the Warriors are not that group. I know Kerr says this is the championship team that they won a year and a half ago, but that group is not winning convincingly. Every game is a tough game for them, even when they do win. So even the 9 wins they have, they're just not convincing, except for some streaky games against some teams that had bad nights.
Okay, Mark, let's move on because I got a lot of stuff. I love your energy. I love that you could do this for an hour. I can look at you and know you could do this for an hour. Talk about Let's move on. Shout out to Part-Time Bro, by the way. Let's go to NFL games of the week, something you love to do. I know you love talking about the Golden State, but I got to switch you to something else, my brother. Let's go to the NFL games of the week. I love hearing you on this because you've been sharper and sharper every week, by the way. I want to give you props on that. We're going to the 8-3 Detroit Lions versus the 5-6 Who Dat? At New Orleans Saints. The line is -4.5 Lions. So I started with this purposely because I knew you would be a little feather, whipped up when I got you off Golden State topic. So now we went right back to something you love. Talk to us about this game coming on Sunday.
Well, I was just talking about this game, eating some gumbo down the French Quarter, and saw the Detroit Lion fans that were walking around Bourbon Street and down Toulouse and Decatur and getting their beignets and stuff like that. And I talked to a couple of the fans today in New Orleans. And the thing about it is, both of these teams need to win this game. This is a huge game for both teams. Detroit's on a 2-game losing streak. And then the Saints are they just lost a huge game. It's almost like every game the Saints lost, they beat themselves. And Derek Carr has to have a good showing. That was just a terrible game they lost last week to the Atlanta Falcons. But I told you in the beginning, the Dirty Birds and the Saints, they go 1-1 almost every year because it's a rivalry game. So that game's always going to be tough. But Detroit has to win this game.
1-game losing streak. They beat beat the Bears on a tight game. They should have lost. Then they lost to the Packers. Let me correct that, bro.
Right. But Goff had 4 interceptions in those 2 games.
Yeah. Play back. Okay. So who you like?
I got to go with the Saints, man. That's home. I got to make sure I hit Little Dizzy's up on Monday and get some gumbo.
Right. This ain't my free pick, but if I had to lean, I'll have to lean with the points. I think the game is way more important for the Saints because they're looking to get into playoffs as Detroit is looking for positioning. Both important games, but when you're trying to make the playoffs, compare positioning, I would have to say making the playoff is more important. Let's go to that game number 2. 6-5 Denver Broncos, who's been the hottest team in football, believe it or not, versus the 6-5 Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud tearing the league up, Rookie of the Year, MVP, all that shit. The line is -3.5 for the Texans. Talk to me.
Well, I think defense is going to win this game, and I think the Texans have a better defense than the Denver Broncos. Although Sierra's husband has been burning it up. She's in that late term, so he ain't getting none. And so he's been focused on the field, not hugging babies or shaking hands. And and being the quarterback of the team, he's making some great decisions. This is the old Russell Wilson that I'm looking at. So, but I think that the Texas defense has kept them into games and allowed the rookie to make his mistakes, but also make big plays. Some of the plays he's making are just great throws, but great catches too. But the defense is keeping the Texans in games, and I think this is going to be a close one. And I'm going to have to go with the Houston Texans on this one because I think CJ's, even if he has a bad game, I think that defense is going to keep them in the game with the Broncos and keep Russell Wilson tight, maybe put him on his butt a couple times. But the Broncos are good for an L after 5 weeks of winning.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. If it's a close game, I'm definitely taking the Broncos. That's what Sean Payton is aiming for. You got one of the best quarterbacks in close games, even though a lot of people know Russell might have lost a step, but he seemed to be getting it back little by little. The defense showing up. They got rid of all the divas over there in Denver, and they're playing all-out football. And if it's a close game, I love them with the 3.5, so I'm leaning that way. Let's go to game 3. Let's pick it up. 7-4 Cleveland Browns. From my understanding, Joe Flacco's getting the rock versus the 5-6 L.A. Rams. The line is L.A. Rams minus 3.5. Let's get through this. We got 4 minutes to get 3 games, so let's just ice through it real quick.
Well, I think I'm going to have to go with the Browns and Flacco. The Browns are just they have a better all-around team. The Rams, I can't tell what kind of team that is. They play horrible every week. And it's not even fun watching the Rams. It's not even fun watching the Rams. I mean, I feel sorry for some of the players on there. But I think their coach is on the verge of getting fired. And so I'm gonna go with the Browns. They had a tough loss last week. But I'm gonna go with them, the Rams this week. I think the defense is solid, but it's this is gonna be one of those 13-10 games. Right. I'm gonna go with the Browns.
If Flacco does anything, as far as moving the ball, getting some first downs, playing decent football, unlike they've been able to get with these backups, they should cover this 3.5. That defense they got is a legit defense. I'm agree with you with the Browns. Let's move on. This is an intriguing game. A lot of people might not agree with me. I like this game. 8-3 Kansas City Chiefs versus the 5-6 Packers. The line is -6 for the Chiefs. We're going to learn a lot about Green Bay this week because they've been healthier. They've been playing better. Not only did they beat the Lions on Thanksgiving, they beat the Chargers, before that. So they're looking like they're trying to turn a corner. But now we're going to learn a lot about them because if they could keep it close in this game, then I'll take them serious. But if Casey goes over there and blows them out of Lambeau Field, then they are what they are. Talk to me.
I think the Chiefs are just too strong for the Packers. The Packers are mid, and the Chiefs are just going to overpower them. The receivers are finally starting to catch the ball. Mahomes is just a magician on the field, and that defense is pretty solid. So I don't even think this is going to be close. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Okay. Samuel Jackson in the building. I see you. Okay, let's go to I'll probably get you 2 more games since you made it quick. This is the most intriguing game on the board. Might not be on the field, but on the board. 8-3 San Francisco 49ers at the 10-1 Philadelphia Eagles, and the line is -3 for the Niners. Talk to us.
I mean, I'm going to keep going with my quarterback. We picked Jalen Hurts. I love his poise. Even when he plays bad, he stays in the game. He's like a baseball player that's a hitter. He bats 300. But, every time he goes up the bat, he tries to hit, he's hitting home runs, he's hitting the right field, hitting the left field. He's just an all-around great quarterback, good poise, solid leader. And I just dislike the 49ers as a Raider fan. So anytime I have a chance to pick against the Niners, I am picking against the Niners no matter what. And the defense is pretty solid with Philadelphia. Now, Jalen's going to have to use his legs. So I think he's going to have some, if they can contain him, they might have to spy Jalen. Because he's going to get rushed from both edges, and with Chase Young there, and right now, and he's actually playing pretty well. So they made a good transaction right there.
10-day rest. You got the revenge factor. They beat them in the playoffs last year. They knocked out Purdy. It was a close game. Once Purdy got knocked out, it was ball game. You already knew what it was after that. I don't see why is it -3. Me personally, It should have been Eagles -3. The worst should have been a pick 'em. So the odds makers think they know something. One thing I can say, though, and I'm going to talk to this with my man, Goose, when he gets on, is that the Niners, when fully equipped, nobody has beat them. When they got Tank in there, Debo in there, C-Mac in there, what's his name? Ayuk, the wide receiver.
Ayuk from Arizona State. When all
the guys is there, bro, and Bosa's on the defensive end, you know, they got to get Eric Armstead back, you know, Chase Young, Fred Warner. I mean, I could see why they made it 3, but I would have made it a pick 'em because you're disrespecting the team that made it to the Super Bowl and beat everybody in the NFC. They were at home, they 10-1, and you're making them an underdog. Okay, so let me give you one more, and let's knock it out. This is it after this here. Bonus game, we're going to call this. It's not a good game, but depending on how you look at it, 5-6 Cincinnati Bengals versus the 8-3 Jacksonville Jaguars. The line is -8.5 for the Jags. Talk to us.
You know I love me some sunshine. So, and hey, they're undefeated on the road. They're the only team that's undefeated on the road in the entire NFL. So, I like the Jaguars in this game, and they're talk about a solid team that could be a sleeper in the AFC. They could get, and they already got their butt whipped against the Chiefs early in the season.
Chiefs,
so I think that's
Chiefs, the Niners.
The Niners, excuse me, the Niners.
They played the Chiefs well. They just
right.
Score. But the Niners toyed with them. But go ahead real quick.
But I think that these are good losses for that team, especially for the young quarterback. And I think they're going to go deep in the playoffs this year. So I like the Jaguars. I think this is an easy one. I think they're going to cover -6 pretty easily.
Okay, MG Raider, stay on deck. I'm going to try to get my man Goose in. Any problems, I'm going to bring you right back. So don't go nowhere. Appreciate you. Great work as always, my brother.
Oh, good.
Out, my brother.
Let's
MG
go.
Raider, guys. MG Raider. Let's get my man Goose. Goose, where you at, baby? Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Tony Marquez, Samuel Jackson, everybody. Part-time, bro. Let me see if I get my man Goose. Let me see if Goose is in the building. I haven't seen him in the building, actually. Hold up. Give me a minute. Oh, here you go. Give me a minute, guys. Gotta get my man the Goose in the building, baby.
Al York, what it do?
What up, big dog?
My guy, what it is, man.
I know I pulled you out of some stuff. I know you were working and all that, brother. But listen, when I look at you, I see a lot of myself. We ready for anything, Goose. When you do what we do, we ready for anything at any moment. Would you agree with me or not, brother?
At all times. At all times, brother. Come on.
Let me make it clear. My man Goose got a podcast.
What's good, brother?
Does this thing. My boy for many years. Big 49er fan. Every week I'm going to try to bring a representative of a team. And let me tell you, when I tell you Goose is a Niner fan, he'll talk 3 hours with you straight up with about the 40. You know I ain't lying, dog. Seriously. And now that we there, let's cover this Sunday game real quick, big dog. 8-3 Niners at the 10-1 Eagles. Me and you spoke earlier. We didn't agree with the -3.
No.
Tell me what you're thinking about that 3. Are the books playing mind games? Is it a trap game? Talk to us.
It could be more of a trap game, bro. And I don't usually do trap games. I don't usually even subscribe to trap games. But this could be one of those. And we agreed that it should have been. But you got a 10-1 Eagles team at home. They're dangerous. They're dangerous anyway, but they're definitely dangerous at home. We know that. They're coming off a long game, overtime game with the Bills. So I don't know if the books are playing off of that or what, but I would have put it at a pick 'em just based on 2 seemingly evenly matched teams, in my opinion.
Yeah, that'd have been the worst. That'd
have been the worst. That'd have been the worst idea. Yeah, and that's just me as a football fan, not even a fan of the team. That's me as a football fan looking at these 2 teams who I watch on a weekly basis, both of them, and just being objective.
Right.
That's an objective pick.
Think that because I got a lot of guys that are biased about their teams. So I highly appreciate that.
Man.
Now,
I'm
real
always
quick,
keep it 100, bro.
I'll tell you a bye week. I made a mistake. It's a 10-day layoff for y'all. So that only gives your team that is ranked to win it all. If you look at the numbers and the odds in the books, they're ranked to win it all. They got Niners first ahead of everybody. In case you didn't know that, now you know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
10 days rest. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
For a team that's been battling injury all year.
Yeah, I still would have been picking. You know, the only injury you guys that maybe the only guy you probably might miss is Eric Armstead, but everybody else is ready to go, though.
Yeah, everybody's ready to go.
Real quick. I'm not gonna let you go without a prediction.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta go with my squad in a very, very close game because, again, like we mentioned, there's two evenly matched teams, in my opinion, both great offenses, both great defenses. And it can lean either way. It truly can. There's no team that neither one of these teams have what we would call a blemish or a chink in their armor, so to speak. Both teams can get after it. Both teams can score the football. We know that. So it's like we mentioned earlier when we were talking. That -3, I don't like it. I don't like it for the team's psyche. To be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? These are the two best teams in it. Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah, I mean, of course. That's essentially what it was. That's essentially what it was. Right, and you don't want to give a dangerous team like that any bulletin board, bro, at all. But you got a dangerous team in the San Francisco 49ers that take pride in this game too. So everybody's getting paid to do a job here. This is everybody's livelihood out here. So it's gonna be a highly contested game, though.
Yeah. Another incentive, Goose. You guys are 8-3, top of third in the conference, but you got the head-to-head over the Cowboys. But you're tied with the Lions, you know. So this is why this game is important because of positioning.
Sure.
You know, you guys want at least a home game or two.
Right.
You know, you lose this game here.
I agree.
These guys jump over y'all. You might get one home game.
That's why it's important.
I mean,
that's why it's important.
Anybody anywhere, but you kind of want those games at home. You know what? Everybody wants to play home games. Yeah,
everybody wants to, and rightfully so. But you know, history tells us, especially with this team who's predicated on the run and defense, that both of those travel. I can go back as far as, you know, Colin Kaepernick in the Tundra whenever it was on the Bay, and when it was like 10 out there and we some odd yards. And so I don't really subscribe to the, you know, where the game is played. You want to play at home. That's what you play the regular season for, to get the positioning. But
I mean,
when
the
you have
only team that don't want a home game is in baseball, the Houston Astros. But everybody else wants that home game. Everybody.
And my Atlanta Braves, they don't want no home games either.
No, but your Braves did they
thing. Man, I don't even want to talk about it. Bro. Oh, it sucks.
Listen, at least
it sucks. I don't even want to talk about it. Yeah, we
got
one.
That kind of defeat if I want a chip. You don't want to take that defeat to the Phillies again if you didn't win a chip.
But we always seem to run into that hot Phillies team, man. Yeah. Like I don't know what it is. We always seem to bump into them.
Yo, you might be mad at me, but I gave out the Phillies in that series. It was like +2, 180 or something.
Look, man, I can't be mad. Yeah. Look, I can't be mad, bro, because a week before the playoffs started, I said, and I know we kind of going off topic, but it's sports, man. We stand in the mix. Yeah. A week before the playoffs started, before the divisional series started, I said, I do not want to play Philadelphia. I don't. They too dangerous. I don't care what the regular season record says. If they make a wild card, that is a World Series caliber team.
Right.
And they just ran out of gas this time. They just ran out of gas. That's all that was. But we know how crazy it can get in that ballpark, bro. It's insane out there.
Let's convert back.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get back.
Now, your future, you got the Eagles, of course, at Eagles. You got Seattle at home, winnable game.
Yep.
Cardinals,
Yep.
at Cardinals, another winnable game. Now, this is going to be a great game. You got Baltimore Ravens at home. I can't wait for that one.
That's gonna be a great football game, bro. A great football game. Absolutely, man.
At Commanders and home against Rams. So you got two games that are like iffy, but everything else is sweet.
Sure. Absolutely.
So
I agree, man. I predicted 12-5
right
before the season started, and I'm gonna stick with that. I mean, I wasn't expecting a 3-game skid there in the middle of the season like that. I wasn't expecting that, but since then they righted the ship, and everybody's healthy. Like you said, when all forces are joined, those dudes can't really be beat, man. And it's been an ongoing injury battle for the last like 3 seasons.
Oh hell.
With Deebo Samuel and with Trent Williams and just little knick-knack stuff, man. And but when you can keep all those guys on the field, man, they're a problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. If Shanahan, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like the way they coaching up C-Mac. I know they want him to get the MVP. Goose, you up 17 points in the fourth quarter, and you're feeding them. You know the kid's an egg, dog. Any bad hit, he's gonna be out. It's been a whole career like that.
They wanted him to break the record. He wanted to break the record. So sometimes you gotta protect your players from themselves, man.
What it means for the 49ers trying to get some drip.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Come on,
no doubt. It means everything.
I hate to see him
Absolutely.
out there.
I agree.
Not a fan,
I agree.
but I like Mac.
Absolutely.
And when I
see him out
there, I'm like,
he's gotten a lot of flack.
Crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking at the game. I'm like, I don't know if this dude should be out here, man. The game is in hand. Why does he need to be out here? But then, I thought, okay, they trying to get him the record. Yeah, they trying to get him the record. And
I get it. Touchdown, and you still beating him. He want the MVP, I think.
Right.
But anyway, let's move on to something more fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 5, Goose. I gotta do 10 because I'm only
you do 10. Oh God.
Just do it quick. You my man. I gotta do this because this is a fun part of the show. My man T loved it. Every name I said, T had the Joker. Straight Joker, every name. Because there are these names, it's do a flashback of how good your team were when these motherfuckers is on the field. Name number 1, I can't start this without saying Mr. Joe Cool, Joe Montana.
Oh man. The greatest, man. He was just a gamer, bro.
Right.
I mean, you can't. I remember the first time I went to Levi Stadium, and they have the picture of the touchdown pass to Dwight Clark in that NFC title game against the Cowboys, and just seeing that, bro. Like I'm a young jit at the time, like I'm real young at that time, and to see that. And to be able to see that played over and over and over again, that's football history, man. That you just can't equate that.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. Just make sure you keep it between me and you. I cried on that play. I was a little kid. I see the balls ready to get picked.
Yeah, bro.
Dwight Clark just this shit out the air.
Yeah, man. Yo, I mean, pulled it down like a Dennis Rodman rebound, bro. Straight up.
Yo, he had 4 motherfuckers chasing him, dog.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely. The Manster, everybody was chasing him.
Corner of the end zone, bro.
And he flipped it. That shit, I was crying after that. But let's go quick. We got 6 minutes to knock out 9 names. Jerry Rice.
Let's do it. Oh man, the best ever. Perhaps the greatest football player ever.
Oh, okay.
Not just receiver.
I never heard it like
that.
Yeah.
Perhaps the greatest football player ever, man. It's a debate. You could throw a couple of other names in there.
Facts.
But when you just look at his resume, who's done it better at any position?
Right. So you think by far he's number 1? It's like Jordan and LeBron. Is that much of a separation?
Kind of. Like you can throw somebody like Lawrence Taylor in there, right? Like he was just so dominant at his position, right? And there's no other outside linebacker that was as dominant as Lawrence Taylor at his position that I can think of.
Right.
We've had some that you can mention, but not as dominant as him.
Oh, hell no.
How many receivers have been as dominant as Jerry Rice at his spot?
Well, I know receivers that were dominant for a few years, but not longevity.
Not like that.
Like the freak, had a crazy 5.
That was otherworldly.
No, 5, 6
oh,
years,
yeah.
but not as long as Jerry.
Not like that. Not like that.
Jerry could have kept
and he ran a 4.740. Like he was slow.
Yeah. He could have played another 3 years. That's how great a shape he's in. Okay, let me go defensively.
Yeah.
Let me switch it up a little bit. Ronnie Lott.
Do it. Oh man. He's coming to knock your head off, bro. Look, no fingers. Doesn't matter. He didn't care. He coming to knock your dome off, man. Ronnie Lott. USC's finest, man.
Yo, he had motherfucking scare out there. That's all I can tell you, bro.
What?
I never seen
man.
Scared of a safety. I mean, Steve Atwater trying to put that out there.
Steve Atwater. Very underrated.
B-Dog, but never like Ronnie Lott.
Yeah. Not like that.
Never.
Not like that, bro.
All right, let's move on.
Not like that.
This is a guy that's very underrated in your squad. I don't hear enough about him, but I loved him as a fan. Roger Craig.
Oh man, I was just talking about Roger Craig on the Let the Ball Bounce page the other day, and people were like, "Well, why hasn't he made the Hall of Fame?" And again, me being objective, if you look at him from a statistical standpoint, his numbers don't jump off the page at you at all. We got a running back from right here in Las Vegas named Steven Jackson, who's in the top 20 all time in rushing, and he hasn't been mentioned in Hall of Fame sniffs at all. So if you do it comparatively like that, Roger Craig probably won't get in. But if you looking at, as 49er fans, how we view Roger Craig, man, he a Hall of Famer in our book. That's just what it is. He a Hall of Famer to us.
He's a dual back, team player, gotcha.
Yes.
Play with a loaded squad, so he's very limited on rock.
Yeah.
And he's still
absolutely. And he still balled out. 1,000 and 1,000, bro.
Back. I don't care if other cats got more numbers than him. He started that Thurman Thomas shit, Marshall Faulk shit.
No question.
Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move on.
Correct.
I know you love
this. Get no argument from me.
I'm going to give you one of your favorites. I know you to know that this is one of your favorites. Patrick Willis. Talk to me, baby.
P. Willie, man. I call him the man eater, bro. P. Willie, my guy, man. That's the man eater. Look, it's wild, bro. I got to go on the field last home game at Candlestick Park when I was a season ticket holder. And to stand next to this dude, I stood next to him and Frank Gore, stood next to him. That dude is much bigger in person than on television, bro. It's not even close, man.
Monster.
Pat Willie, man. And only has seven years in the league. And he just got put on the ballot again for the Hall of Fame for the 6th time. So we'll see if he cracks it. But I mean, if you look at his accolades, his numbers, bro, in such a short period of time, I think he made 6 All-Pros in 7 years.
Oh, P. Willie's a
monster. He a famer, bro. That dude is special.
He left it special. He's the perfect guy to say he left it all on the field.
Oh, no question. Him and NaVorro Bowman, man. I don't think NaVorro Bowman gets enough credit, bro. NaVorro was a monster, bro.
Let me give you more because we're running out of time. I got to do other stuff, and I'm running, and I'm loving it, by the way. But it's my fault because I took a little longer. But I got Charles Haley in there. Talk to me, dog.
Oh man, a dog, bro. A dog. Chuck was a dog, man. A dog up front, man. No question. No question. Charles was mean, bro. Very, very mean. Charles Haley.
Yep.
For sure, man.
Yep. All them chips too. He's like undefeated in chips.
Oh yeah. No doubt. When he got to the Cowboys, no doubt.
I'm gonna mention
him and Dana Stubblefield, my guys, man. Dana Stubblefield, Charles Haley, man. My guy.
I'm gonna name you 5 guys quick. You don't have to answer, but just to the last one. You got Joe Staley. I was gonna bring up to you. Brian Young, Merton Hanks.
Sir.
I love you some Merton Hanks.
Merton Hanks.
Frank Gore, T.O.
Frankie, baby, man.
Russ Francis,
dogs.
Tim McDonald, and the last
Tim McDonald, man.
On Dwight Clark. Talk to us.
Oh man, I'm a tight end, so this plays near and dear to my heart. George Kittle, probably the best blocking tight end that we have in the league right now. We
Yeah.
could probably all agree he's 1A, 1B, best blocking tight ends in the league. Dwight
And that's
Clark,
hurting statistically. You know that, right?
yeah, no
It's
doubt,
hurting
no doubt.
statistically.
Yeah,
Because
it
he
is,
could
it
do
is, it really is.
it's Kelsey.
Yeah,
I could
yeah,
see
no
him when he was
question.
like, him and Kelsey was doing it, but Shanahan needed
They,
him to block more, so he's doing it for
yeah,
the
he does.
team.
In this offense, he needs to the tight end blocks more. That's just what it is.
Right,
Right
right.
there because I think he's faster than Travis Kelsey is, and I think route running they might be even, but he's definitely faster
Right.
than Travis Kelsey. But Dwight Clark, man, one of the guys that just revolutionized the position. He truly did, and definitely one of the great tight ends of all time for sure.
I love Dwight Clark, but he made me cry as a kid with that
Yeah,
catch. Yo, Goose, it's a
yeah,
pleasure.
man, the
I got
catch,
to get
bro,
you back
love,
on. We got to find a
yes
way to
sir,
get you back on. Yo, you enjoy your
no
day. I
doubt,
appreciate your efforts, big dog. And if you got any last
no doubt, man.
words, throw them out right now before, and then X me out right after, Goose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt, man. Look, Al, man, I appreciate you having me on, man. You done been a guest on our show, man. Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk
Well,
Radio, every Saturday, 2
all
p.m.,
overdue.
man. You already know what time it is, man. We overdue. We overdue. It's been a minute. It's been a minute,
Yo,
man.
and
We
send me
definitely got
that
to get you
video
back
that
on,
we did
man,
in the
bro, for sure.
barbershop in the original joint.
Oh
If you
wow.
could, if you can find that,
I gotta pull
I
that
know you
up.
gotta go.
I
You
gotta
gotta
pull
go
that
look
up.
at the catalog.
I gotta pull him up. I gotta go to the catalog, bro.
Yeah, pull
I'll
that
pull
up.
him
I
up
want to
though.
see
I
that
get that
again.
thing
We did some work that day.
for sure, man.
All right, Goose.
Absolutely. Big work
As
that day
always,
for sure, man.
enjoy your weekend, big dog.
100, man.
Stay
Appreciate you,
Cuba,
bro.
baby. Okay, my brother.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
MG Raider had my man Goose come by, drop the knowledge for you guys. Now we're gonna go to the free plays, and then we're gonna go to the spinoff, guys. Let me find the free plays real quick. I like mixed them up. Yeah, man. Yo, I got some dudes, man. Goose a Niner fan, like my man T's a KC fan. Diehards. I only want diehards on the joint, man. Give me a minute, guys. I forgot where I put the free plays, man. I got to get this out to you guys. Give me a minute. Damn, don't tell me I lost that. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm going to find it. I promise you. I know B Rabbit couldn't be. Okay, here we go. B Rabbit had an emergency today. He went 2-1 last week. Noah went 2-1. I went 2-1. We went 6-3 as a unit. So here we go. Noah Parker. He likes Florida State -1.5 over the Louisville Cardinals. Florida State's missing their starting quarterback. You see they handle business against Florida. He thinks they're going to do the same against Louisville. Number 2, he liked Boise State over our UNLV. He like them on the money line, though. Not the 2.5 money line. -135 to win 100. 1325 to win 1,000. He likes them on the money line. And last but not least, he likes the Bulldogs to put a whipping on Alabama -5. And all they got to do is win by 6 or more. So it don't even matter if they blow them out. Al York's free picks. I'm going to run with who that. I'm going to take the 4.5 points with the Saints. Saints haven't done me good this year, but in the must-win game, kind of like the Seahawks yesterday, the Seahawks covered the spread and lost. I think the Saints could cover the spread and lose. My 2 money lines, this pays even money. I like the Niners to win over the Eagles, and I like Miami to win over Washington. You put those together money line, you get even money, 100 to win 100. And then my 6-point teaser, I like bringing the Denver Broncos from +3.5 or 4 to 9.5, 10 at Houston. And then I like taking the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday night from 8.5 to 2.5, or if you get 8 to 2. Those are your free plays. We're going to do the spinoff right now. Good luck to everybody. We got Autumn up there. We got Brian Ford. We got Seth, Steve Levine. We got Sinbad. Everybody with 8, 7 wins. Dog fight. Let's go. Let's go to the best person who wins. Give me a minute. Play the music on, and we're going to do the spinoff, guys. Yes, sir. Great job, Goose. Great job, MG Raider. I really appreciate you guys. That's real talk, man. Yeah, I know who got the knowledge in Vegas, man. I've been out here enough to know who talk that shit, man. Okay, we got giveaway 1 through 20, round 4. Let's get it. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna watch these games, man. I see New Mexico. New Mexico's giving Liberty everything they can handle. I just hope Oregon's showing up, but it didn't look like they were. Let's go. Let me marinate them. Here we go. On my call. If it comes out before 2 balls come out, no play. They're real stressful right now. 8-7 wins, first to 10. You already know it's the champ, 2 prizes, interview, all that shit. Here we go. Here we go. You got one there. You got a winner. It didn't come out pretty, but it came out and it's only 1 ball. Giveaway 1. Round 4 winner is number 5. Number 5. That's my man, B4, baby. B4 is 1 win away from closing out round 4. Let's go. B4 been balling out since round 1. Coming close but no cigars. And he's 1 win away from the title, baby. All right, give me a minute. All right, here we go. Let me bring this back, and then we're going to close it out. Remember, we got the summary and all that, guys.
The producer.
Okay, giveaway 2. Damn, these numbers are falling. I might have to pick a couple of them up. 21 through 40. Okay, 25. I'm going to have to go on the floor. Some of them fell, guys. Okay, hold up. Okay, I got 30. Now I got 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Okay, all the numbers are in. Everybody's number in. I got a mess. I'll pick that up later. All right, here we go. Let me marinate these boys. 21 through 40, guys. Move up a little bit. Okay, on my go. Here we go. Here we go. Douglas Bender, man. You got to get back into it, baby. Here we go. The winner is giveaway 2. Got a winner. You got a winner. Let me move it back. Let me make sure I don't spill over these other balls. Winner is giveaway 2. Round 4 is 38. 38. Got my boy Allen. Allen's getting hot, although he's behind. He probably got about 5, 6 wins. But Allen's been winning up late. Salute to Allen, loving the New York Jets. Summary coming up, guys. Yeah, 1-man gang, y'all. 1-man gang. I'm not Stephen A. Smith. They got everybody doing everything for them. I'm doing everything on my own. That's the difference. I do everything on my own, where he got everybody helping him and making all the money too. All right, guys. MG Raider came on, broke down that in tournament for you guys. We both gave our opinions about that situation in the NBA. It's a good look, but it's a bad look. But I understand why they're doing it, and they're getting greased off for it. Also came up with the games of the week, the leans, you know what I mean, etc., and the Golden State situation, whether they sellers or buyers. Then my man Goose came on. Goose broke down the game between the Eagles and the Niners. Big Niner fan. He wasn't biased about the situation. We also broke down as far as their future scheduling, their injuries, and why we thought the line was, etc. And the funnest part is when I bring up the names and he's breaking down the names of each name that I gave him, because I make sure I gave him some qualifying names, man. I mean, there's some Hall of Famers beyond on that list that I gave him, and there's more players that I left out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the Niners were that good since the birth of the San Francisco 49ers. Thank you guys again for tuning in another show. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the open session. Your guys jumped on it this week. Last week, I was like pulling teeth to get people to play. This week, Monday, I was already sold out, and I appreciate it. Like I said, guys, only $5 to join. It keeps the show going. You know, there's things that got to be paid for on this show, and I don't think I'm killing anybody by doing this giveaway. Y'all get $40 hats, $35 shirts for the price of $5, or depending on what you playing. So I appreciate you guys. That's the moral of me saying all this shit is to say I appreciate you guys. TGI Friday, no drinking and driving. Keep that in mind. Thank you, Goose, for coming through. Appreciate you, brother. Good work, MG Raider, as always. Al York Sports, the raw truth. Love you guys.